Okay, we're gonna see if we can do this right. So false start earlier.
Just gonna flip over my camera here. There we go. Okay. There. My face isn't on the screen. Hey,
Welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. I've got to find it over here now on my computer. I don't see it coming up.
we're just gonna wait for a couple of you to join in.
Lots of fun things to show you.
Yes, Mike's been busy.
You know, I've run some side businesses before, but it's always been small time side stuff. I decided to make this one serious and hired Jessica, so now I'm running constantly because of the great work that she's doing. So thank you, Jessica.
Appreciate that, Mike.
Now, can you tell me where to find it on the, if I'm looking at our profile, because I don't,
Yeah, you click the profile and then click your profile picture.
okay.
Hello, everyone. Solid choice. What's on my hook tonight? Nothing's on my hook tonight.
That's not, the profile picture doesn't do anything. It's just given the
Let's say live. So if you go to Craft Easy Tools and then go to the profile, you'll see the profile picture. It should pop up live.
oh, I needed to refresh. Picture doesn't do anything. It's just, yeah, I gotta mute it. I look like the old guy that doesn't know how to use computers. I swear I know how to use computers.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Are we? Can we see the questions on? Can you handle that,
Yes, yes,
Jessica?
yes, for sure. I will.
All right, so let's just jump in. So, one of a kind eye snapper tools. We're going to talk about that a little bit here. Do some demos, introduce some new stuff, and talk about giveaways, and then of course any Q&A. So. Um, Somebody received it today, loves it. Great, thank you. I love hearing that feedback.
Awesome.
I got to tell you, running a business is a lot of work, and many of you know that, at least a small, on a small scale. But I'm still working a little bit part time, and so anytime I do get a positive email, this is wonderful, or I see feedback, or I see a
Right.
review left on the website or Amazon or Etsy, it really lifts my day. So keep that up, please. And of course, it will help the company, which is going to help us to be able to do more, bring more tools for you, and enhance everything the more that we can grow. So thank you very much for all that positive feedback. I really, really do appreciate it. So should we start with the one of a kind?
Sure. Well, let's answer a couple questions. So we got the eye snapper. So glad that you received it. You asked one for your for Christmas for your husband or from your husband. That's awesome. And the Canada Post strike, trust me, I'm in Canada, and we are trying to get into Amazon. So Mike will be, I mean, we're trying to get into Amazon so that way we can get everything off to the Canadians a little bit easier and potentially having me ship them out directly because Canada Strike Post has been brutal. And Wanda, yes, I saw that your husband bought one. So glad you love it. And Mike has a couple answers about a couple of the comments that you had about things that we're talking about soon. So um, Mike's going to show you a couple of the um, safety eye snappers that are like a one of a kind color mixes. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to have them live on the website and we're going to go there's 6 of them that are available, so if you're wanting to purchase one on the live, as soon as they're available, there's only one in stock. There's only ever going to be one because they are printed um, in between color changes, and so you'll have A, B, C, D, E, and F on the website, and the first person to grab whatever one that we're showing on the live will be the ones that will get it. And so I will be doing that now, and I'll let Mike continue talking from here.
So it's funny, I saw somebody said, I'm not sure how I landed here. What's this all about? Well, let's start there. It's all
Exactly.
about the eye snapper, right? So the tool that helps press in your safety eyes. And these one of a kind come out once every 2,000 to maybe 5 or 10,000 tools. So these are very, very rare. I've talked with my manufacturer about it, and he mentioned he had a customer come in and see something with a mixed color like that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And the guy looked at that product and he pointed to it and said, "Well, that's what I want."
Right.
And Doug, the manufacturer, of course, told him, "Well, that can't happen every time." So what happens is when they change color, so this was changing probably from blue to the bone or natural color. And when that happens, we get a little bit of a mixture. So there you can see the nubbins are even slightly colored. So it makes kind of a marbled color to just the first 1 or 2 shots that come out of the mold. One shot is half of the tool. One handle comes out.
Yeah.
And so in order to make this tool, I had to wait for that color change again to happen thousands of tools later until I got 2 that were really similar and I could put together. And so they're very, very rare. Uh, they have some beautiful colors. Here's another one that's real similar to that one. And you can see the color variation in the little pry bar there. So we will have nubbins and pry bars with the color variation. So you'll have quite a mix for the whole tool that you get with these. But it's extremely rare. It's not something that we can force to happen. It just occurs. So those are the first 3. We've got this first one that I showed you is basically the bone color with just a little hint of the teal in the middle of it. So it's really kind of a cool, almost iridescent kind of look to it. These other 2 are more of a mix where you can see it pretty heavy through the tool. And then our common colors are the pink and the teal. And so whenever those get mixed, you end up with just a little bit of that color there. So we've got just a kind of some nice marbling in there. And
Mike,
I
they're saying
found,
that the image is a little grainy, so if you can just hold it up to the camera and put your hand behind it, then that way they can the camera will be able to focus a bit.
does that help?
Yeah, just put your hand behind the camera and keep it as still as you can.
Behind the tool?
Yeah.
My hands aren't all that still, so.
There you go. Okay, so we'll start with A. Which one will be A? That one?
Yeah, sure. Let's do this pink with teal mixture as A.
I will.
So that's the first one that we'll make available, and it will have a. See if I can get that to look good. I'll have this or one like it, the pry bar that has the color on it too. And the nubbins will have a little bit of color to them.
They're having issues seeing it, so why don't we do it in order of the picture that you sent me? So that was that A in the picture?
Probably not. I think the pictures, um, the way they were lined up, well, depends on which direction we're going, left to right or right to left.
The way we read, so left to right. So there was the
Okay.
pink, and then it kind of goes pink and blue, a little bit more
Yeah.
purple than the purple.
All right. So we'll do it that way then. So that's first. So that'll be A. So B will be this one, which is similar, has a little bit more kind of a purple tone to it, and a little more color on the pry bar.
Right. And I'm putting
That'd be
these up
B.
on the website right now.
So I've learned a lot about injection molding. I had that done with my previous invention, and so I had the contact from this guy. But this time around, I've been there helping him load and unload the mold, watching him um, machine the mold, helping him move it around. I've been hands-on a lot more with this process, and I've helped load the material into the mold, watched them as they come out and taking videos of it and stuff. I love it. I love, learning all of this, seeing how everything's done. And so I know a lot about the process. So C, when this came along, he explained to me what happened here. And this one is a real beautiful lavender color that we actually tried to reproduce. And this happened because he had one of the colors in the machine, probably I think it was a pink that was in there, uh, and his sister who helps him came along and looked at the window in the hopper, and it looked empty. Well, she didn't realize that there was still some down below that hadn't been run through, and so she filled it with the next color. And when that all mixed, this is what we ended up with. So again, you only get one or two shots that come out with a swirl in it, and then after that, the color just melts all together. And so they ended up with this, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've made some problem, uh, shots. We'll recycle those and not charge it." And I said, "No, I want them." Unfortunately, we were still refining the process of the mold, and some of those came out warped. And so this is the only one that is good enough to actually use. And we did have to scrap the rest of them. So,
Yeah, there's quite a bit. I was telling you to hold on to them.
yeah, and we were really hoping we would get that. And then later I told them, well, let's try a 50-50 mix of the colors. And we did that and mixed it properly. And it ended up with the light teal that we have. So, um,
Right,
if we'll talk about colors, and if that's something that we want to do, then we'll have to actually order the colors. So
for sure.
here's the nub.
Mike, your screen's really grainy. Are you on your cell phone?
I am. Should I turn it around?
Yeah, you can try that. Are you on your Wi-Fi or your 5G?
um Wi-Fi.
I try to shut it off and see if your 5G might be a little bit stronger. Everybody's saying
Okay, I
we can answer
turn the
some
Wi-Fi
of
off.
the questions. Um, I need wicked colors, and people say ice snapper. Every time I try and do voice to text, it comes out eye snapper like the iPhone. So
Yeah.
it's a pain for sure. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Um,
Okay.
oh, no difference on your end. Weird. Okay.
Well, we are sending the signal up to space and back, so I think we need to just be grateful for what we are getting.
Right. Exactly. Alrighty. And then, Mike, did you want to share with everyone how Craft Tales got started?
Yeah, so that's there's a long story and a short story. We're going to go through the short story today, but essentially, I had a neighbor who does crochet and has a hard time getting the well, as many of you know, the backs of the eyes on.
Right.
And I don't crochet. I don't know anything about it, but I love designing things and 3D designing and creating things. I've invented other things in the past, and so she knew that. She came to me and said, "Hey, can you create something for this?" And so I went to work, and this is the very first prototype. In fact, this is probably the first one that I printed. And she consulted on it. I came back and said, "Well, what do you think?" And basically, just the first 24 hours after her describing what was needed, I came up with this. And then we decided, okay, well, we need to change it a little bit. And so we went to a little different style, and I had to figure out everything in this. I was looking at the hole and the tip there, the jaw to open up, and initially I thought, well, is there a way that I can just get these to press together? And so I designed a part that presses the two together, had a spot for the spring in there, and designed a little more of a curve to the handle. Well, as we continued working on it, it turns out that this design actually is not the best. And so we had to scrap some of that. And working with my manufacturer, he gave me a lot of tips and help. And he actually went in and did some design work on it. And this is what we came up with. So we've got a lot of strength here in the jaw. We've got the part there in the middle, of course, the soft pad, and the handles out here. This is one. This is the shape that just worked better for most people, and that was actually on the suggestion from my manufacturer. We've actually had some additional feedback. So this part right up here will be modified next time we start running, which should be in another week or so here. So the newest parts will have a little bit more strength right there. And a slightly different design, but that's where it went. And then from there, it just I only had the one person with very little feedback and not a lot of help to figure out what needed to be done, and I wanted to get it out there more. So I started selling some prototypes on Etsy, and got a hold of Jade from Sweet Softies. Thank you so much, Jade, for
Yes, we
getting the
love
word
her.
out initially. Oh my gosh, that was so. Jade really, she was the one that kind of blew it up, and all of a sudden I had all my prototypes sell in an hour or less, and bought another 3D printer, and I had 3 machines running 24/7, trying to keep up with demand. And of course, any of you that were there, that wasn't happening. It's just 3D printing is very, very slow.
Right.
To print one of these tools takes, and I haven't even done it for a while, so I can't recall, but I think it's 1 to 2 hours to print the whole tool and all the pieces for it. So it's very time consuming.
Right.
It takes quite a bit of time. So
And they're
I
not
was able to do
as
maybe,
strong.
and they're not as strong. Yeah,
Right.
it's not a tool that was meant to be 3D printed. That was just for prototyping, get it out there, get some feedback, figure out where the weak points were so that I can improve the design.
Right.
And so I took that feedback, shut the sales down, and went to work on improving the design so that we could get one that would function with most eyes 3D printed. And I figured if I can do that, then I can take it to manufacturing and it will last even longer. So I am a big fan of lifetime warranties. I hate the mentality out there today of make it to break so that it's a consumable and people will come back and buy another. I see that way too often in parts these days. So that's not me. I'm not going to do things that way. So everybody knows, if you've communicated with me, if you've had any problems, 100% lifetime guarantee on these. That's the way I want to run business.
Good,
So,
good.
uh, so that means I've got to make sure that I'm doing the best I can, constantly checking things and testing and working on the design so that we make sure that we're not going out of business because things are breaking. And I think we're there.
Right, right. And
So
then maybe we can discuss the current project that you're working on for the eye snapper,
for the sinker eyes,
for the sinker eyes.
so
And I can explain why they don't work with, and I can show people why they don't work with certain sinker eyes or certain backings, I should say.
yeah, so I don't have one of those. So if you want to hold it up and
Yeah,
show that. So Jessica talked to me last week about this and gave me some ideas of what was needed, and basically said, hey, you could probably do an insert, like, a nubbin, basically. So if you can see those eye backers, it was a little bit, I can see from my side here where it's kind of grainy, but these are the ones
yeah,
that have, it's not just a circle, it's a slit,
right,
several slits, and so it kind of breaks away. And what that does is, when you have the eye with the backer with all of these different slits, if you press on the edge of this and you've got cuts in it, then it's going to press that together and pinch it, and so it makes
right.
it it makes the back harder to put on because it's pressing against um, the stud of the
And
eye.
that
So
goes for some of these ones as well. Um, and I'm going to show you guys like a quick trick after Mike's done talking on how to put the bigger sinker eyes in, or any safety eye for that matter, because people have questions.
yeah, and we try to do lots of videos on that and put them up on the blog, on the website, YouTube. So we should have the answers there somewhere. It's just a matter of
They
finding
are,
it.
exactly.
All right, so this is what I came up with, and I finally had time today to work on this design. So this is just like the nubbins. So here's a nubbin prototype, and this just gives a wider top here and then a bigger space in here, so that when you're pressing it against the back of the eye, it's this part out here that is pressing against the outer part of the eye, so it won't collapse those parts and push against and make it harder to put on. And so that'll slip right inside there.
Right, right. Looks good. I haven't seen it, so I'm excited.
So we'll get you one as soon as I get that refined. So that's something that we're working on.
Right.
So
So I
let's see.
can show you, let me show them like how easy it is to put in the safety eyes with the eye snapper, or how easy it should be. And these are sinker eyes. I'll show you a standard safety eye. Um, it's should be like zero effort. This is, I would drop it. Let's get a big one out there for the camera purpose. Okay. Well, we'll get a 20 millimeter. And it is so easy to put in. Like I can't express how easy it is. And I'm very bad for changing the nubbins, but you really should, for the purpose of the backing. So I'm going to pop out a nubbin here. And if you place it in, I mean, I'm more concerned about the back pin, but it should be quick. Like it shouldn't be this, let's 1, 2, 3 squeeze down. It's just a quick, and it's done. Like there's no effort at all, one-handed. Um, and then we can go up to, I believe this is a 16 millimeter sinker eye in blanket yarn. And I can use the same backing, but with sinker eyes, I like to take them out because if you, it's going to be grainy here, but if you see the back, it does push against the pin a little bit, um, or against that soft spot where you're getting more of the pressure. But needless to say, we'll just put it in here and I'll show you guys. I don't want to squeeze without showing, like it's a quick squeeze and then you're done. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like it's so fast. So the faster you do it, the better off you are. And then here's a different backing. This is a round back, and I found that these work really well as long as you're using the right pin, or nubbin, I should say, sorry. Um, so it's hard for you guys to see, but there is a little spot where it is pushing on the inside of the pin. Um, and you want to make sure that it's not pushing on any of the upper cavities, like that little part at the top, because it squeezes them in. And then Mike created the pry bar as well to help people with nails get them out. And that's been awesome when I painted my nails and I don't want to ruin them. So again, like a quick squeeze is the faster the better, and it's in. Like it's so simple. And then the questions, how do you know which nubbin is you have the two different sizes, and that all depends on the back pin of the safety eye. So this is too small, so you would just take them out and use the main hole. And that's why it's called the 3-in-1, because they do work with super tiny safety eyes as well. But backings like this, I mean, I have got them on, but you have to do it extremely fast to get these in. And so you're not squeezing the safety eye together. Do you want to see if there's any? Well, I'll let you take off. Why don't we show like the next two colors? You know, or I guess you showed the pink, so we can show the other two. I think it's the purple and the more
Yeah,
teal
so
bone.
we had somebody was asking about the colors and how they correlate on the website. So the most pink is A, a little bit more teal is B, and then almost solid purple, kind of lavender color is C. And then from there, we move into teal and bone. And there we've got a couple of them that are very similar. You see a lot of the teal coming through with the lighter color of the bone color. And so that'd be D, E, all those back there. You can see there's a lot of similarity on those. So basically the one that has a little bit more teal will be D. And then backing off from the teal and a little bit more bone is E. And then the last one is almost the only way I think you'd really know that this isn't bone is if you're holding it next to one that is bone, and then you start seeing just a little hint of teal inside in the middle of it.
It almost
But
looks like glow in the dark.
yeah, it does. It almost looks like a glow in the dark, which is not something we can do with injection molding,
Right.
unfortunately. That'd be
Um,
cool.
all of the colors are on the website. So um, A is the one on the far left, and then F is the one on the far right, going from pink to the bone color on the website.
Okay, perfect.
Right. Where is my questions here? Okay, and then did you want to talk about the other product that we've released that you're working on different um, designs for? I thought we released
Yes.
it.
So I have a limited number of these currently available. So this is an eye sizer in the shape of a Christmas tree. And if we get these out in the next week to the U.S., they should arrive before Christmas. Outside the U.S., it's hard to say.
Right.
But we still got a little bit of time. So this one goes from, the biggest hole is 35, 30, 24, down to 20, and then 18. I feel like I missed 22 there. But that's what we've got with that one. And it goes all the way down to 10 over here. 12, 10. So multiple sizes there. And you can maybe see on the top there, but it says iSizer Craft Easy Tools. And then each one has a number for the size underneath the hole.
Right.
And then with that idea, we decided to move on to some other options. And I'm a little concerned about how well this will ship. Hopefully that won't break off in shipping, but that's your yarn ball. So we've got that in green and this kind of dark yellow, kind of golden yellow option. Same thing, 35, 30, 24, 20, 18, 16, 12, and 10 on this. And if you think we should do, modify that or add a size somewhere in there, I'm happy to look into that and see what I can do to make that work.
And let us know in the comments what safety eyes you normally use, because I know it's either really small, medium, or really large. And there's definitely the break between how many. So I have every single size safety eye, and I couldn't tell you the difference between these two. And I think there's like 2 millimeters difference. So let us know what you guys usually use, what safety eyes sizes you normally use. 8's a lot. Okay, so that's a standard smaller eye size. An
So
8. See, that's teeny tiny because this is a 12, and that's small to me. Do you do markets?
So the question there with about the adapter, yes, when we get this available, we will sell that individually, make that available for you. So I actually went and talked to a fulfillment warehouse today about shipping because it's driving me nuts. I love the business. I'm grateful that you guys love the product. I'm thankful for Jessica and all her hard work in doing the marketing and driving the traffic, letting everybody know about this. And we want it to go big, but I got to get it out of the house now. And so I'm hopefully going to be moving that to a distribution center, which should improve the quality overall, because we have made a few mistakes where, I'm up late at night, rushing through, getting as many orders as I can, and, ship the wrong thing out here and there. But we're working on improving that. So back to the idea of the sizers, I wondered if it's common that those who work with smaller eyes work with the smaller eyes and like to work, usually maybe 4 or 3, real tiny, up to 8 or 10. Should we do a sizer in some of these designs or different designs that just does the small sizes and then a different sizer for larger sizes? Comment about that, because if you would rather see multiple variations, a small safety eye sizer from say 4 to 12 or 4 to 10 or something, and then from maybe 14 to 35, is that a preference?
Or maybe one from 4 to 35, but it would have to be bigger. And are you okay with bigger? Because I know most of us crochet at home, but we are all about like keeping things compact. But I wouldn't be much
Right.
bigger than that. What do you think,
No,
Mike?
I could get everything from 4 millimeters to 40 millimeters in one that would fit inside the case. So that's one that I'm designing and that I'm really excited about, because it'll go behind the foam in the top lid of the case. You could stick it right back there and carry it with you. So that one, I'm confident I can go from 4 all the way up to 40 millimeters and have room to get all the holes in there. I'm working on a butterfly design right now, and that one has 35 down to 4 that I'm able to fit into the wings of a butterfly. I believe I went as high as 35. Let me pull it up here. And yeah, 35, 30, 24, 22, 20, 18. And I just go down in increments of 2
Right.
down to 6. And then I do 5 and then 4. And that's all fitting within a small butterfly. So, and that's another question. What designs do you want? You know, we've got the butterfly there. I can do anything really. So if there are other ideas that you want for these,
Styles. Yeah.
yeah, different
Wanda, thank you for
styles
the
as well.
butterfly idea. As soon as I saw the comment, I let Mike know. So thank you for that, Wanda.
So I also have a pretty cool bamboo printer that allows me to print multiple colors. So since these will be 3D printed for now, they can have multicolors. So the butterfly, I'm planning on starting with a black and purple and maybe do a black and blue. So to have an outline and maybe some lines in it that are black, with the main part of it being blue or purple. And so we could do an orange for a monarch. So we'll get a little creative there. I'll work whatever magic I'm able to with the time I have. But yeah, we'd
There you
love to hear
go.
bunny, bear. There we go.
Yeah, a dragon, octopus, mushroom. Oh, the mushroom with the holes could be, that's cute. I like that.
Oh, that's a great idea. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, these are great. Hello. All right. Alrighty,
Um,
so yeah, and don't be afraid. Send me a DM. I check all the DMs. If you have an idea or you're wanting something or have an idea or any feedback at all, let us know. And this can bring us into the colors of the eye snapper and why you chose these and why we don't have any other colors right now.
okay, so yeah, let's talk about that. When I run colors at the manufacturer, so number one, they tell me please go easy on us with colors because every time they change the color, I've got to pay a fee to change that because they've got to go in and clean out all of the last color from the hopper so that the next color that comes through is true and it's not going to have flaws in it, right? And so whenever there's a color change, they like to go from lighter to darker, I believe. And then after that, you know, we're going to run black pretty soon, for example. Once they run black, then they've got to clean that hopper out really well in order to put the next color in, or it just doesn't look good. It's going to mix, and you're going to get, instead of a white, you're going to get a gray, you're going to get the streaks. And some of those colors, as we've seen, look good mixed, but not always. And so with their processes, they've got to clean that machine out. And so they like to run large quantities of one color before they switch to the next color.
Right.
So that's part of it is we've got to work within the confines of manufacturing, and they require a large quantity. That means I've got to put up the money up front to buy the tools in whatever color before we go on to the next color. And then the next color, I've got to buy a large quantity of those as well.
Well, he's talking
Yeah,
large. He means like a truckload of
yeah,
filament.
we're
Is it
talking
filament?
thousands, not filament, it's ABS plastic,
Yeah, the
but
little
yeah,
beads.
it's hundreds of pounds that we've got to run. And so, you know, each time when these come out of the machine, they dump them into like a Tupperware bin, you know, or a Rubbermaid bin. An 18-quart bin generally is what they use. Well, each of those bins will hold approximately 150 to 200 tools. And
Right.
so they've got to run, you know, 10 or 20 of those bins of one color. And then I've got to take that and assemble it or have somebody assemble it before we go to the next color. And that takes, you know, up to a week sometimes to run just one color. And so it still takes time. It only takes maybe, I think, to get a full tool takes like 2 minutes.
Right.
So 1 minute per
Right.
shot is what it's taking right now to get all the parts. And then it takes 2 of those shots out of the mold to complete a tool.
Right.
And that does give us a few extra parts too. And then the other side of that is not only do I have to clean that in between changing colors, but when we give the pieces back, there's pieces that come off of the molded part that are just scrap material. And so those parts are going back to the manufacturer. They're putting them in a big chopper machine, grinding them up to reuse it again for the next time we do that color. So that's another area where they say, please don't give us 10 different colors, because now they have to save up all of those colors until they have enough to run the chopper machine, the regrinder they call it. And then every time they change a color in the regrinder, they want to grind something else, they have to clean that machine out completely.
Right.
And so it's a very laborious process to do all of this. So right now we're starting with fairly limited colors. I'm pushing to get a little bit more, but I don't know that we'll ever get real crazy. We're going to have some limitations there, unless there's just thousands and thousands of you wanting all these different colors, and then that might give us the leverage we need. So again, if you like the colors, you want color, great. Bombard us with the colors that you want. Maybe we'll have to put up a poll, Jessica, to get that information and keep it
Right.
organized.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, well, let us know in the comments if you want to see any other colors. Right now we do have, did you show all of the tools that we have, the mixes?
I showed all the mixes,
Okay.
yes. I showed all the mixed
Yeah.
colors.
So we have
So
the six mixes, and yeah, I mean, we don't get those often. That was, well, 6 times. And that was, I don't foresee us getting more because we're just going pink and teal. And you can get the cotton candy color. So it's half of each tool mixed together. And we do have those available as well. Um, and I think the two colors together are super cute together. I just have to take mine apart because I'm not going to get Mike to send me one all the way from the States to Canada, because it'll take me, well, we don't know when the strike's going to end, but yeah, see, we got a lot of purple. People love purple. Maybe we can do
okay.
purple for the eye sizers, um, and do things like that. But we'll have to take a poll. Um, let me
So as
see
far as
here.
colors for the tool, I have been given authorization to go up to 7 colors right now.
Oh,
So we've
okay.
got
There you go.
pink, teal, black, white, bone. So we could do purple with the next one, and then we've got one more out there that we could, maybe do. If somebody wants like a mint green or yellow, whatever's most popular, basically, that's what we got to do, is find out what is the most desired color, and that's what we'll go with. Black and white and bone are the easiest. Those are going to be simple. The teal and the pink are common colors, so that's not going to be hard. So yeah, we'll gather that and kind of get a list and really look, chart it, make a graph, figure out what colors are most desired.
Right, and somebody asked to glow in the dark. That's not possible with these, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that we have that option, but I'll check with my manufacturer. That would be really cool if we could do that, but I'm
Right.
not
Because they're
sure
not
that's
they're not
possible.
resin, and that's the thing. People,
Yeah.
this is like strong plastic, where like resin, if I were to hit this on the table, it's not going to break. Where a resin tool would just snap into pieces. Um, so that's the big difference. And with resin, of course, you can get any color you want. And that's what a lot of crochet hooks are made out of. So yeah, we'll talk real quick about the giveaways that we have. Um, so currently we have 3 giveaways. One is like active right now, and it will be ending in 2 days. And that is for bundle one. And so you'll be getting the eye snapper, an extra spring, an extra soft pad. And I always suggest getting an extra soft pad, because if you're putting in safety eyes like crazy, again, we guarantee the tool. So you don't want to go and have to pay for more shipping to get a soft pad. The bundle one is an awesome deal, and then it comes with the case as well, and the nubbins, an extra set of nubbins, and the pry bar. And so that one ends in 2 days. That's live on our profile. Then we have one December 12th, and that's the O Snap 2, which basically means you're getting two tools and two cases. So one for you and one for your friend. I mean, you can be greedy, Grinch, this season and keep them for yourself. But it's awesome to give something away to a crochet friend that lives nearby. And so that one will be ending on the 14th. And then the final giveaway is December 15th, which is the Bundle XL, which is two bundles basically. And again, it's for the gift of giving. We're hoping that you guys will give them away to a friend, um, or fellow crafter that you know in the area, kind of like as a Christmas present. So we're doing those, nothing to it other than the standard giveaway requests. And so that will be finishing December 19th. And yeah, we hope you enter and share the tool because, as you can tell, Mike's very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about it. It's definitely been like a game changer. As you can tell behind me, like I use big sinker eyes, and it's been awesome since he messaged me like 6 months ago. And yeah, I love the tool, believe in it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So I'll hand that back off to Mike. Unless you guys have any questions, please let us know. We'll answer a couple questions before we wrap things up here. Um, how do you enter? It is on our, it should be a pinned post on the Instagram profile, and all the instructions are down there. Oh, happy belated birthday.
So
You
we
use
do
the
have
knife.
some other new tools that'll be coming out this coming year, that we're going to just kind of keep quiet and until we're ready to launch them. Uh, some of those may require additional molds, and in that case, I will probably go to Kickstarter so that I don't have to fund the whole thing. And that way, it allows us to stay profitable and keep moving forward if we can get a lot of that to be covered through a Kickstarter. And we'll do all of that properly and with the right understanding and clarification for everybody. And of course, hopefully you've seen, that we're coming through, and you've seen the quality of the products and the companies. So, but that's something that you have to look forward to. Follow us on Instagram, of course. Sign up for the email list for the newsletters, because Jessica's putting a lot of information out that way as well, and that'll help just give you more avenues to make sure you're updated when we have something new coming out for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, the email has like free patterns, blog posts, updates, crocheter trends. So you can take a look at that. And definitely let us know as well if you have any other ideas or any gaps that you're seeing in the crochet world that you're wanting Mike's mind to create for us. So let us know if you have any questions, and then we will end this live over here. And I'm not even sure what is left for the one-of-a-kind tools. I haven't even checked.
Okay. Yeah, me either. So uh, the other thing I want to throw out there too, as far as new tools, I want to be able to do more than just crochet with Craft Easy tools. So if you know other crafters in other industries who are having a problem with part of their hobby, if you have other hobbies that you wish there was a tool to help with something, reach out to me, let me know. And the more you give to that, the more I'll give back. I'll just say that. I want to be generous. I want to help others. I want to lift up. So uh, reach out to me if you have a need for anything, and I'll definitely do all I can to build it for any hobby.
Right. And one other thing I wanted to add is We are looking for affiliates. So it doesn't matter what your follower count is. We want to see passionate people who have an engaged audience. And we want to give back to you. So the way our affiliate program works is you get a commission, but we also give you a coupon code for people to get the tool. So it's win-win for everybody because you're actually giving them a coupon to use for the tool, and then you're getting back the commission. So we do want to give back to crafters because I personally know, being a crochet artist, there's not a lot of companies that do that. And that was the one thing I said to Mike is we need to give back to the crafters, instead of this, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but there's a lot of companies out there that don't actually give back both ways. So, right. So, definitely reach out to me if you're interested in being an affiliate, because we are looking to grow our affiliate program as well. So, I wanted to say thank you, everybody, for supporting all of the work that I put out to you guys. And thank you, Mike, for letting me be part of the team. It's been awesome since day one.
Well, thank you. You've been wonderful doing it, and I really appreciate it. Please, everybody, spread the word. Uh, share the good news with everybody. Give the gift, right? Do all you can to help us let everybody know about it, and we'll keep bringing some awesome products to you. So, thank you very much.
Sounds good. Okay, have a great night, everybody. And there's only a couple left on the website, just so you guys know.